Hi, I'm Tom from Runners Need and Cotswold Outdoor, and today I really want to talk to you about my most favouriteest pair of trail shoes. I've been a big fan of Scarpa for a long time. I use their climbing shoes, I use their technical approach shoes, I definitely use their mountaineering boots. Just come back from Switzerland where I wore their Belay 2s to the top of the Matterhorn as well as some other stuff. One thing that I was new to is their running shoe range. I didn't know that they had such a great running shoe, that they had a running shoe sort of area. And then last year I got a pair of Scarpa Spin Ultras. And as you can see, I wore them to death. I wore them for hundreds of miles, probably more miles than I should have done, but they absolutely revolutionised my summer running. So I knew that Scarpa were bringing out a new version, so I held off as long as I could, and then the second they're available, I bought a pair. Because I was testing some other shoes at the time, I haven't had any time to actually use them, so today is the first time I'm bringing them out, which is why they look pretty much box fresh. And even already, I'm in love with these shoes. So the first thing to talk about is the outsole on the bottom. So the outsole is Vibram MegaGrip. Vibram MegaGrip is used in a lot of ultra shoes where you're not going to have the gnarliest, deepest lugs, but you still need to have the best traction possible. So it's a fantastic balance of durability, so you don't wear them down in a few weeks, but also grip as well. And that's grip on wet rocks, dry rocks. I've been running on limestone with them this morning, and they're absolutely perfect. It hasn't rained yet, but I have spilt my water bottle quite a few times. And it's been absolutely fantastic, with the braking lugs at the back as well for when you are doing steep technical descents. We'll then move on to the midsole. So the midsole has got several different thicknesses and densities of EVA foam inside. So for instance, you've got high density at the front to help you with propulsion, and then low density to help shock absorption further towards the back. It's a really interesting and complicated blend of thicknesses and densities. So as your body weight comes onto it, you get a great heel to toe transition and you don't waste any energy. Particularly important for trail, and this worth noting that this doesn't follow the trend of the new trend of like very high stack, high cushion trail shoes. The stack here is 28 mil, and then it's a 4 mil drop. So it's not an excessive drop either for long runs. Compared to the high stack shoes that I've been reviewing recently, these are a complete breath of fresh air because they're very much what you would look for in a shoe that needs to do everything with lots of technical descents. You still get great responsiveness and feel when you're out running, but because of the complicated way that they've been able to put different densities, different thicknesses of foam in, of the EVA and the ESS, it means that you can get a very, very good performance on different types of terrain without having to go high stack and push yourself further off the ground and everything that could involve. And then we come on to the upper. So the upper is mesh, which is then covered in TPU, and it's also got a strengthened TPU toe cap as well, or toe insert, I think they call it these days. And that's just to protect it. Is, you know, on long stuff, particularly as you start to get tired and you start toe smashing into some of the rocks like I do, then it just helps you, well, helps put off me losing my toenails, which is really good. You've also got a TPU strands for strengthening, and particularly around where the laces are integrated into the upper so that as it pulls, it gives a really nice secure fit without any pressure points. The tongue as well is absolutely fantastic on this shoe. It doesn't look like it from the top, but it's very, very soft, and then it gets progressively more padded the further down you go, and it's actually made from a single piece of elastic, so it gives a really nice secure fit as soon as you put your foot in, and it spreads that pressure of the lacing so you don't get pressure points. It also uses Scarpa's sock fit technology, which are a slightly different kind, but the same sort of technology that runs through some of their climbing, like their technical approach footwear, and it is absolutely beautiful. It's really nice. As soon as you put your foot in, you've got a really nice snug without it being claustrophobic or tight sort of fit. And then the lacing, once you tighten that up, just really complements it, gives you a really nice secure fit, really comfortable. And one thing that I really like is the fact that on mile 5, this will still feel really comfortable as the same as mile 30 and 50. I wore my battered versions on the Lakeland 100 last year, and you don't have to mess around with lacing, don't have to faff around or anything. As my feet expanded, and they did expand by quite a bit, they were still, the shoes were still performing absolutely amazingly. And yeah, I can't wait to get out on trail with these. Speaking of the sock-like fit, one thing I definitely encourage you to try, there's loads of sock brands out there, but a really good pair of socks will complement the shoes perfectly well. So when you are coming in store to try them on, do us a favour, try the Feetures socks on, Feetures. I've used them on everything from my local training runs up to my really super long stuff, and it's pretty much all I wear now. So in summary, if you're looking for a pair of shoes for training, for off-road, for technical descents, or for longer ultra distances, that's exactly what these shoes are built for, without putting you on a high stack and high off the ground. I really love everything about these shoes, the fit, the midsole, the Vibram MegaGrip outsole, everything about them is brilliant. And I'm looking forward to absolutely trashing these ones as well. And maybe even getting another pair in time for this year's Lakeland 100.